Hydra strategy remains one of the easiest attack strategies you'll ever use, especially when using 2 overgrowth spells. So let's break down this army to give you easy 3 stars regardless of your town hall level. Firstly, hero equipment are in order, starting with the Archer Queen, where you'll want to run her healer puppets and giant arrow. The goal for the Archer Queen is to snipe air defenses and sweepers while staying on the outside to pick off buildings and defenses. Keep in mind to not lure out the clan castle so your dragons can easily deal with it, or prevent ice golems from being lured out of the CC. You can alternatively use the action figure if you like the added tankiness while using her away from the CC building. With the Dragon Duke, however, he'll run the Fireheart and Rocket Backpack. Within this army, you are not using it to combo with the Giant Arrow, but rather act as a second Giant Arrow for this strategy, focusing on sniping air defenses and sweepers while also funneling the other side for the dragons. So long as he's away from other air troops, his passives will help keep him alive while also having a revive for him later in the attack to keep him moving. As for the Minion Prince, you'll often run his Dark Orb and Meteor Staff. This especially allows for greater support both defensively and offensively. The slow on defenses from the Dark Orb can be quite useful in plenty of situations, in addition to being able to clear low HP troops from the defensive CC, all the while being able to deal damage to defenses as he moves or attacks non-defensive buildings with the Meteor Staff. Finally is the Grand Warden, where his equipment combo is more open as you can either run the Eternal Tome and Healing Tome combo, which is very good for both the protection and healing over time to support your Hydra into the core, but you also can run his Healing Tome and Lalo Puppet combo, which is just as strong but offers greater tanking and value throughout the attack if you can clear all 4 air defenses. Now for this army, credit to both Black Ops 3 and Applesauce as it's extremely strong yet easy to use. Firstly, you want to start by sniping air defenses and sweepers in addition to setting up funneling for your main dragon push. With both the Archer Queen and Dragon Duke, you're using the Giant Arrow and Rocket Backpack respectively to remove 3 to 4 air defenses along with clearing any air sweepers. From there, these two will be setting up funneling on either side of the base, allowing for a nice entry into the base with your Hydra portion. One side is done with the Archer Queen and her healer puppets, while the other side has the Dragon Duke and his passive boosts. However, consider using my creator code to support me and the channel. Following that, you can use the actual Hydra spam portion between the 2 funnels. Using an Ice Hound with the Hydra allows for more tanking early on alongside a freeze so you can get the dragons and dragon riders into the base. This is usually where you want to use the Warden's ability as you reach towards the core of the base to protect your dragons and dragon riders as they move across. If you're using the Lavaloon puppet, you can often use his ability earlier for the Healing Tome's healing and the Lavaloon puppet's tanking, especially for air traps. As for spells, you'll often use totem spells to redirect and distract defenses away from the Hydra to protect them, while also using free spells for multi-target defenses that could cause a problem in the attack. The Rage spell should be used as the Hydra pushes into the core of the base to do massive damage. As for your 2 overgrowth spells, use them over a problematic part of the base you wish to keep hidden until later on when you have a larger group of troops still around to smash it. This allows you to control the pathing of your army while reducing loads of damage to make sure you can overwhelm the base for 3 stars. But you could also join the channel memberships if you wish to support me further. With a good understanding of this simple army, here is the army comp I recommend for Town Hall 16 to Town Hall 18 players if you want a simple and reliable 3-star army. Both the Eternal Tome and Lalo Puppet version of this army will be in the description depending on which version you prefer. However, let's now give you a full example to help you 3-star consistently with this army. So for the simple army, we want to start off with the giant arrow and the rocket backpack, aiming for air defenses and sweepers in this case, while also being able to set up funneling. Ideally, we can use a dragon to also help control either side so we can get the rest of our dragons in. But we do want to make sure that we're using an ice hound to protect our dragons and dragon riders as they enter the base with the minion prince and the grand warden alongside the skywagon. This way we can actually take advantage of everything. In this composition though, we are using the lava loon puppet. So we do want to have the healing tome to provide a lot of healing early alongside a rage to push everything in. An overgrowth is used over the right side fire spitter compartment in order to make sure that the dragons, the dragon riders, and even the lava loon puppets are working through the other side of the base and clearing through plenty of defenses. That way we can just continue to overgrowth the other side while the dragons and the dragon riders are working through the rest of the base. The lava loon puppets are actually providing some value here as they are able to take on defenses that aren't being targeted by other dragons, and realistically are able to tank a lot more traps than if you didn't have them. Obviously, being able to clear out the air defenses allows them to be more suited in this army and allows them to be a little bit more flexible, especially since you have 2 overgrowth spells to protect the army even further, allowing for you to have even more overwhelming 3 stars. Just make sure that you use your tome spells in order to distract defenses, and you should be perfectly fine to 3-star most bases with this strategy even without the eternal tome. Hopefully this gives you a strong yet fun army that you can use to 3-star bases quite easily and reliably. If you do want to check out a crazy thrower strategy, I recommend checking out this video right here, but YouTube says you may prefer this one instead.